Previously on Magnum Opus.
I managed to get the comm hub back. I've got the hub inside if you'd like to see it. There it is. Ain't she a beaut? Judging by the internals, this thing mostly appears to be a giant processor. My guess is that it operates as a kind of ASAM switchboard, connecting and communicating with the sensors. In order to get things going, first, we need to turn this thing on. And for that, we're gonna need some serious power. Concord has a municipal plutonium well. Probably used to power every building in town. To get some real power flowing again, all you need to do is turn it on.
You should have all the power you need now.
Yeah, I noticed. When the power came back, it blew out half the bulbs in here. We're ready to give this a go. Best if you stand back. Give me a day or two. Maybe I could swap out some of the busted parts. I'll put out a radio message again when I've got news.
Tell me everything you can.
We're looking for my baby, Sean. He's less than a year old. One of them came right up to me. Bald head, scar across his left eye.
Wait. It couldn't be. You didn't hear the name Kellogg at all, did you?
Reputation for dangerous mercenary work, but no one knows who his employer is.
And he bought a house here in town, right? And he had a kid with him, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Let's you and I take a walk over to Kellogg's last known address.
Any suggestions, Nick?
What about dog meat? Commonwealth mutt like him can track a man's scent for miles.
Dog meat. Get the scent, boy. Take me to him, boy. Take me to Sean. Is this the place? Huh? Is he in here, boy?
This is it, isn't it? Kellogg's here.
Where is my baby?
Sean's a good kid. So maybe he's not quite a baby anymore, but he's doing great. A bit older than you expected, but ah well. At least he's in a loving home. The Institute.
In 100 years, when I finally die, I only hope I go to hell so I can kill you all over again, you piece of shit.
Hey guys, Lively here. Welcome back to our Magnum Opus version 7 run. It's a mod list I make that's available exclusively on Wabbajack. As you can see, the Prydwen's still flying off in the distance there. Just finished looting that red rocket and we're gonna head back to our typical duties, I suppose.
Can I talk to you about Kellogg?
After we talk to Heather, I guess.
Kellogg's dead.
He is. Thank you. I couldn't have done it without you. Can I have Kellogg's armor? The best story my dad ever read to us ended with the brave knight tearing the head off the evil dragon so he could wear it as a trophy. I want that. I want Kellogg's head on my belt, but I'm no fucking raider, so I'll settle for the best bits of his armor if you'll let me have it. What do you say?
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
I'll need to get to an armor workbench. I'm not very good at that kind of thing, but good enough to hack up this armor and use what I want.
Yeah, you keep it. So I know there's a lot of people in Llama's Discord, who's the author and voice actor for Heather. There's a lot of people that say they can't get her to use an armor workbench, or they can't progress that quest with Kellogg's armor or whatever. I've never personally had an issue with it, but I've also never ever commanded her to use an armor bench. I just go places and she uses one and it works itself out, so if you ever complain about that, I would recommend just go into a city. She'll use one eventually. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But I've never had problems with it. I just let her do her thing and she takes care of herself. I want the tape. Kinda don't want to go this way. I guess it'll be alright. Looks like there's a tunnel entrance down here we can go grab. I'm guessing... yeah, one's a tunnel entrance and one is the Boston Dam. Pretty sure the one on the left is the tunnel entrance. Yeah, because that's Weston Water Treatment Plant. Oh! I don't know who's fighting who. I'm guessing it's Gunners versus Brotherhood. Decide helping his super mutants over there. Don't think it's a good idea to get involved, but I can see the entrance to my tunnels right there. Or we can wait. Maybe get some sweet loot from the aftermath. Like a real scaver. I think those are Brotherhood guys. I'm gonna turn off my light here. Oh. Gunner, yep. I'm really hoping that these guys aren't Gunners. Because Gunners can also have vertebrates and power armor. It's too dark for me to tell which is which. But I feel like if that was a Gunner vertebrate, it would have spotted me by now. But I'll let you guys do your thing. You guys have a good one. I'm just gonna go. That's one more door opened. One more access point found. Hey guys.
Hey.
Give me all that. You can keep your stuff. Just as a test, though. Oh, hang on, I'm over encumbered. There we go. Just a test. I want to see if she'll use one down here. Oh, there it is.
You got it.
Ugh, I'm stuck.
Ooh. Is this place not nav mesh properly?
Damn it. I'm stuck on something.
I'll have to have a look at that later. Turtle, I'm gonna need you. For those unaware, War Turtle is a friend of mine that does a lot of nav mesh work, so I'm sure he can knock that out in 5 seconds. I could do it myself, but I'm hella lazy. I kind of want to keep the pulse grenades. They're really good for power armor and mechanical enemies. I'm liking this armor, though. I think I'll keep it for a little while. It is pretty damn heavy, though. That's rough. That's alright. I think we'll be alright for a while. I was leaving with like 60-some pounds earlier, and now we're at 142. That's pretty rough. Anyway, I'll have to check the navs on this place. I need to go talk to Nick. Dance. Yeah, okay. We'll knock out Nick first. We'll put off Brotherhood for just a little bit longer. Shitty weather. Doesn't matter. Let's go discuss our findings with Mr. Valentine. Now I gotta say, it's kind of hurting me not playing the way I normally do. Because typically I go around and collect all the quests in this place. Like the baseball stuff, trunk stuff, the Dynasty Blues stuff,
Don't ask me which ones.
the wedding stuff. Try and roll hard not to do anything. to clean the water for Shang stuff. It's difficult. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Valentine.
Where's your son? What happened?
You were right, Nick. Kellogg took my baby. That wasn't all. He was working with the Institute. He gave them Sean.
The Institute? Oh, boy.
I'm sorry, friend. Truly. That makes things considerably more complicated.
He ain't kidding. Heck, Nick's a synth, and even he doesn't know how to get in.
No synth does. Security protocols strip those memories out.
I need to find a way.
I've been investigating these creeps for over a year now. The Commonwealth's boogeyman. Feared and hated by everyone.
True enough.
Sometimes they snatch people in the middle of the night, and sometimes they leave old synths behind to remind us that they're out there. But to this day, there's one thing nobody really knows.
Where the Institute actually is. Or how to get in.
Exactly. But there's one person who has to know, right? The guy who just handed them Sean.
Kellogg. Huh.
Whatever you're thinking, it doesn't matter. He's dead.
Yeah. Figures the Institute's only man on the outside wouldn't be the type to be taken alive.
So, a murderer and a kidnapper gets his brains blown out by an avenging parent. Huh. Be a great ending if we didn't still have the biggest mystery in the Commonwealth to solve.
He wasn't gonna talk. Even if I had a way of bringing him alive.
Gets his brains blown out. Huh. His brains. You know, we may not need the man at all.
You're talking crazy here, Nick. Got a fault in the old subroutines?
Look, there's a place in Goodneighbor called the Memory Den. Relive the past moments in your mind as clear as the day they happened. If anyone could get a dead brain to sing, it'll be Dr. Amari, the mind behind the memories.
Who's this Dr. Amari?
I'll let her give you her life story in person. Let's stay focused. Guess we're gonna need a piece of Kellogg's brain. Enough gray matter to bring to Amari and find out if this is going to work.
Jesus, Nick. Gross. Seriously?
I know it's grisly, but what choice do we have? We got no leads, nothing. That old Merc's brain just might have all the secrets we need to know.
What exactly do we need, Nick?
Kellogg's brain. It's a long shot, but Dr. Amari just might be able to get it jump-started. See what the old Merc knew.
Actually, I think I already have something. Kellogg had this thing attached to his head.
Cybernetics, huh? We may have just won the lottery.
Whether we're riding this crazy brain train or not, we can't all go running across the Commonwealth, so who's coming with you?
I have to go to the memory den either way, if I'm going to introduce you to Amari. If you want to head there together, just say so.
I'll head out with Piper. We'll meet you there, Nick.
Sounds good. You two stay out of trouble. Don't worry. We're gonna get your boy back. Just a few more steps.
Like I said before, I'm going to take Nick with me to Far Harbor, so I'm not too worried about bringing him along. But now we have to go to Goodneighbor. The path there can be pretty dangerous. There's some super mutants along the way. We all saw how my last experience with them went. But I got my sweet badass shotgun now, so hopefully it'll be a little bit easier. That Trinity Tower radio signal will lead us to a quest to get a new companion. So we'll eventually listen to it, but again, I don't want to get distracted and be doing 100 different things at once. Just gonna suffer and go straight down the path that is being laid before me. there's that church we just died at. Ah, memories. Unfortunate business, though. Oh, more mutants. Wonderful. Come on, guys. Let's just go. Oh god, there's so many. Keep out, you say? Ooh, he's got a letter on him. Let's give it a read. Notes. Torn letter. You know how much I miss you, but it's too dangerous. If you stay in Diamond City, at least I know you're safe. If your mind's really made up, then be careful. Travel at night, stick to the river, and whatever you do, don't go into the Common. So this is Boston Common. Don't go in there, unless you want to die. That's the path to the railroad. We will do that some other time. Oh, right, I killed these ghouls already. I was sitting here wondering where they were. Because I'm stupid.
Someone there?
I always forget, I can't go this way, I have to go around. The path to Goodneighbor is really weird, because there's that bridge that like cuts off two of the roads, and it's real easy to accidentally kind of get stuck back there. So you have to go straight down this street here, and then turn right. But this thing here, this cuts off access, which leads us into the path of these super mutants, which is rather unfortunate. But I might as well open a new tunnel entrance. Yay! And back out we go. I will pretty much never use that entrance. Oh, those are gunners. They're fine. I'll pretty much never use that entrance because it feels like those super mutants respawn constantly. I just don't like dealing with them. Little Nightingale stash. Oh, let's actually keep our shotgun out.
Hey, hold up there. First time in Goodneighbor? You can't go walking around without insurance.
It's really hard to shoot this guy sometimes because of that dialogue thing.
Don't you ignore
There we go. But you get some unique dialogue here if you shoot him, so.
Excuse me.
I like you already. Walk into a new place, make a show of dominance. Nice. Good neighbors of the people, for the people. You feel me? Everyone's welcome.
Sounds like anarchy.
The best kind of anarchy. Embrace it, and maybe one day you'll call this little slice of chaos home. So long as you remember who's in charge.
Hancock, nice to see you haven't lost your magic.
I am going to take my helmet off. Just because we're going to have a lot of dialogue here. And I want to see my face and my expressions.
Well, well.
There's Deacon from the railroad. It's one of something like 6 or 7 copies of him around.
Irma, but I'd never walk out on you.
Amari's downstairs, you big flirt.
Downstairs, you say? This whole exchange here has some of my favorite dialogue in the game.
Dr. Amari?
Yes, I take it this isn't a social...
Doctor, it's time for you to reverse death itself.
What?
I wouldn't have put it quite that way, but it's true. We need a dead man's memories. A guy named Kellogg.
Are you two mad? Putting aside the fact that you're asking me to defile a corpse. You don't realize that the memory simulators require intact, living brains to function.
Technically, the corpse was defiled already.
This dead brain had inside knowledge of the Institute, Amari. The biggest scientific secret of the Commonwealth. You need this, and so do we.
Fine. I'll take a look. But no guarantees. Do you have it with you?
How much of the brain do you need, exactly?
That is not an encouraging question. I suppose I'll have to make do with whatever you can find.
Could you say that like Dr. Frankenstein?
Igor, fetch me the brain! No, I will not. Now, do you have it?
Here's what I could find.
What's this? This isn't a brain. This is... Wait, that's the hippocampus. And this thing attached to it? A neural interface?
Those circuits look awfully familiar.
I'm not surprised. From what I've seen, all Institute technology has a similar architecture.
Nick's an older model synth. Is he compatible?
That's exactly what I was thinking. If we are lucky, it should hook right in. But even if this works, Mr. Valentine would be taking on a tremendous amount of risk. We're talking about wiring something to his brain.
Don't worry about me, Amari. Let's do it.
Hey, I appreciate this, Nick.
You can thank me when we've found your son. All right, let's do this.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Valentine. Just sit down.
If I start cackling like an old grizzled mercenary, pull me out, okay?
What are you doing, Nick? Quit spinning around. Nick. Seriously, sit in the goddamn chair. Don't... Alright. Christ.
Let's see here. I need you to keep talking to me, Mr. Valentine. Any slight change in your cognitive functions could be dire. Are you feeling any different?
There's a lot of flashes. Static. I can't make sense of any of it, Doc.
That's what I was afraid of. The mnemonic impressions are encoded. It appears the Institute has one last failsafe. There's a lock on the memories in the implant.
How do you lock memories?
The implant is encoding all the mnemonic activity in the hippocampus. Think of it like computer encryption. And we don't have the password. Let's see. A single mind wouldn't be able to crack it. But what if we use two? We load both you and Mr. Valentine into the memory loungers. Run your cognitive functions in parallel. He'll act as a host, while your consciousness drives through whatever memories we can find.
Nick and I are gonna share a mind? I'm not gonna see him in any compromising positions, am I?
If a smart mouth was all it took to solve problems, we would have found your son by now.
No. You won't have to worry about that. The only memories you'll access are the ones in the implant.
All right, let's get started.
Just sit down over there, and keep your fingers crossed.
See you on the other side.
Yep. Time for the worst and most boring part of the game. This part's really cool and unique and interesting the first time you do it, but every subsequent playthrough, it's just a slog. Nobody likes doing this.
Initiating brainwave migration between the transplant and the host. Mnemonic activity coming from the transplant. It's degenerated, but it's there. We're going to load you into the strongest memories we can find. They might not be stable. Just hold on.
I will say, though, that I probably won't talk through most of this because it's really story heavy. And I don't want to really interrupt that or get in the way, so enjoy.
The simulation appears to be working, although the memories are quite fragmentary. I'll try to step you through the intact memories and hope we find one that gives us some clue to the Institute's location.
I I admit I am a little bit surprised that none of my followers came with me. It's like a 50-50 shot that they'll teleport in, even though they're not supposed to. But anyway, here we go.
Remember, you are experiencing these memories as Kellogg. This may prove disorienting at first.
All 5 states have now signed on.
Dad was either drunk or not around. I guess he must have run with one of the raider gangs, but I never really knew what he did. Don't know why Mom was with him. Maybe at some point in his life he wasn't a complete asshole.
But as of this moment,
Mom knew how it was. She wasn't soft, but she loved me in her way. And she protected me from Dad. That cost her more than a few beatings. I never knew what happened to her after I left. I didn't want to know. Not then. I was such a dummy back then. What did I know about how the world worked? I think now she wanted me to kill him. I should have. Instead, I ended up running away. I told myself I wanted to find somewhere out from under the thumb of the NCR and all their rules. But really, I was running from the guilt of not protecting her from Dad. Yeah, it doesn't matter now, though.
I'm sure that's going to take some getting used to for a lot of people.
What a joke. What's it mean, Mom? Nothing, Connie. People like to talk and hope someone else is going to keep them safe.
Teacher at school said the NCR would bring back the good old days, like before the big war.
Don't you listen to that twaddle. I'm going to stop singing you if that's what they're teaching you.
I'm going out. Where the fuck did you put my boots?
Listen to me, Connie. You take this. You're old enough. You're the man of the family now. It's your job to protect us. Your father's useless, but you won't turn out like him. You're a good boy. And all that on the radio, all useless talk. The only thing that will protect you in this world is that gun in your hands. You need to learn to use it if you're going to survive.
I will, Mom. I promise. I won't let you down.
You've always been my good boy.
This doesn't seem to be what we're looking for. There appears to be another intact memory close to you in temporal sequence. There. Try that one.
Whatever made me think that a guy like me should have a daughter? No, I never deserved her. Not for 1 second. It's gonna be fine. You'll see.
But we don't know anybody here. And now, with the baby?
I thought San Francisco was my chance to start fresh. I was the hot shit, the gunslinger from the hub, rolling into town with the world at my feet. Everybody knew I was the one who'd shot Valdez. And I could write my own ticket to any outfit in town. It all worked out pretty damn well. For a while. Come on, Sarah, you've got to give it a chance. I finally got steady work with a good outfit. Nothing like that in the NCR these days. The thing about happiness is you only know you had it when it's gone. I mean, you may think to yourself that you're happy, but
his eyes are still moving.
You don't really believe it. Focus on the petty bullshit or next job or whatever. It's only looking back, by comparison with what comes after, that you really understand that's what happiness felt like.
I'm not saying this was a mistake. I'm just... Are you sure these guys know what they're doing? They seem kind of green.
I was the worst thing that ever happened to her. If she'd never met me, she'd have stayed in the hub, Maybe hooked up with someone who didn't kill people for a living. Probably been happier than she was with me. Almost certainly lived longer. I know, but that's where I come in. Just wait. In a few years, I'll be running my own crew. As soon as I make the connections I need. Then I can give you anything you want. And little Mary, too.
I never worried about you before. Must be my mama instincts kicking in. Who knew I had those, huh?
Come on, you're great with her. And you don't need to worry about me. Most of it's just running security for the she. A lot of standing around looking tough.
Well, they sure picked the right person for that job.
Listen, it's gonna be great here. See this? This is what's gonna keep you and Mary safe. I promise.
I know, Connie. I'm sure we're gonna be really happy here.
We are. You'll see. No, it's okay. I got her.
Let's keep looking. I'll connect you to the next intact memory.
How did you think this was gonna end, Kellogg? You thought you could just fuck with us, and we wouldn't fuck with you? Just so you know, they died like dogs. And you weren't there to help them.
I found another memory to try. I'll connect you.
Mind if we sit down?
Suit yourself. I didn't care where I was going. Ended up mostly wandering east. Getting as far away from San Francisco as I could, maybe. There's always someone who wanted someone else dead. Sometimes just roughed up, but dead was usually what they wanted. Sometimes they thought they could cheat me. That was usually only when I first arrived somewhere. Didn't matter to me. I just took it as part of the job. Little extra thrown in for free. I always got paid in the end. One way or another. I don't remember much from that time. It all kinda blends together. There was almost always a bar, though. That's universal.
So, I hear you'll take care of people's problems. Is that right?
If you pay me.
Oh, we'll pay you. And, you'll do this all by yourself?
That's right.
We pay you when the job's done. Is that okay?
That's the way you want to do it? So who do you want dead?
Well, it's like this. There's his family. Lives down the creek a ways.
Well, we seem to be getting closer. Try this next one.
Mr. Kellogg, I'm glad you decided to meet with me.
I finally ended up in the Commonwealth. I kinda ran out of road. Plus, I'd come to terms with life. I wasn't gonna be stupid enough to get mixed up with caring about other people again. It was just me against the world. And the world had it coming. So, you're with the Institute. I wanted to see for myself if you really existed. You heard all sorts of rumors about the Institute. But I figured they were just a convenient boogeyman for anything bad that ever happened. They were real, all right. They didn't know anything about operating on the surface. Relied on their synths for everything. They had the resources I needed, and I had the expertise they needed. Turned into a permanent arrangement, which suited me just fine.
We do, as you can see.
What do you want?
It's come to my attention that you've been rather disruptive of our operations lately. This must stop.
The first synths weren't all that impressive. I'm good, but I'm not that good. But the Institute could always make more, and kept making them better each time. They still give me the creeps, but you have to get used to them if you want to work with the Institute. I do what people pay me to do. If that's a problem for you, I can see only one way out.
And what's that, Mr. Kellogg?
If I'm working for you, there's no more problem. From what I hear, you can afford me.
I don't think you fully understand the situation you're in.
I think I do.
Very well. B-748, initiate. Impressive. We may have something to talk about after all.
Getting warmer. One of these has got to tell us something. We're running out of brain here. There's one that looks mostly intact. Connecting now.
Manual override initiated. Cryogenic stasis suspended.
Vault computers are still working. That's good. Checking through the logs. Hopefully it's all...
Just find him.
Pod C6. Down the hall near the end.
I was now the Institute's main operator in the Commonwealth. If they needed something done, they came to me. It wasn't usual for anybody from the Institute to come along on a mission, so this one stood out. I didn't know then who it was we were grabbing from the vault. Of course, neither did they. Not really. The eggheads never liked taking orders from a dirty, contaminated degenerate like me. But they needed me, and I made sure they knew it.
This is the one. Here.
I'm glad I didn't have to kill the kid. I'm not saying I haven't done it, but, I never liked to. But it was better this way. Better than taking his kid and leaving him alive. Open it. Even then, I knew it was a mistake leaving her alive. I understood that kind of revenge. No one better. But I was cocky enough to assume I could handle some soft, pre-war vault dweller, even if she somehow got thawed out. At least I know those Institute bastards will soon get what's coming to them, too. If she could take me out, they won't be able to hide from her for long.
Is it all right?
Almost. Everything's gonna be fine.
Come here.
No.
Come here, baby.
No. I got him.
Let the boy go. I'm only gonna tell you once.
I'm not giving you Sean!
God damn it. Get the kid out of here and let's go. At least we still have the backup.
Cryogenic sequence reinitialized.
What's the holdup?
I'm almost finished, Kellogg. I just need to confirm. Come on. All right, we're good.
I'm sorry you had to go through that again. I found another intact memory. Whenever you're ready. Is that your son? This appears to be a very recent memory. So, good news, I think.
Wasn't my idea to settle down with the kid in the middle of Diamond City. I thought it was a terrible idea, actually. But it was one of the old man's pet projects, so here we were. Me and the kid. Like a happy little family. I ended up kind of liking it. A reminder of what my life might have been if things had turned out differently. But there's no going back. I knew it was just temporary. It'd be back to normal business before too long.
Piper's really done it this time. I mean, I'm not.
This whole setup in Diamond City was part of some elaborate plan of the old man's. Seems obvious now that we were bait for our friend from the vault. Timing couldn't have been an accident. It's not how the old man works. I wonder if he outsmarted me in the end. Another loose end tied up.
She's right, but Mayor, I probably shouldn't.
Kellogg. It's okay. One of these days you're gonna get your head blown off just barging in here like that.
Minimizing my exposure to civilians is a priority.
Forget I said anything. The new breed of synths could easily pass as human. Some of them did. But the coursers, they weren't built to blend in. They were killing machines, pure and simple. Smarter, stronger, and faster than almost any real human. I'm just glad they were always on my side. So what's the big crisis this time?
New orders for you. One of our scientists has left the Institute.
Left? As in?
He's gone rogue. Name's Dr. Brian Virgil. We know he's hiding somewhere in the glowing sea. Here's his file.
Wow. Some heads are gonna roll for this. Capture and return, or just elimination?
Elimination. He was working on a highly classified program.
No kidding. One of the top bioscience boys? Damn. So, I guess you're taking the kid back with you.
Affirmative. Your only mission is to locate and eliminate Virgil.
You're taking me home to my father?
Yes. Stand next to me and hold still.
Okay.
X688. Ready to relay with Sean.
Bye, Mr. Kellogg. I hope I see you again soon.
Bye.
Teleportation. Now it all makes sense. Nobody's found the entrance to the Institute because there is no entrance. Let me pull you out of there as soon as you're ready.
Now you know Conrad Kellogg's tragic backstory in its entirety.
And inside, there's...
Slow movements, okay? I don't know what kind of side effects the procedure might have had.
Look at this.
No one's ever done this before. How do you feel?
Am I okay? Are you seeing anything bad?
Don't be alarmed, but I honestly don't know what to look for. As I said before, this is uncharted territory, but your neural and physiological readings have returned to normal. From a medical standpoint, you're fine. Are you ready to talk about what happened in there?
You were along for the ride, weren't you? You saw what I saw.
Yes, But it's important we review everything together, in case either of us missed anything.
I saw Kellogg's life. The man who ruined my family. The man I killed.
That's right. He was a human being just like the rest of us, and he had reasons for being what he was, however cruel. How does that make you feel?
It wasn't all his fault. I can't blame him for everything that happened.
If I were a priest, I would say forgiveness is a good thing. We're getting off track. The important thing is that we discovered the Institute's greatest secret, teleportation. The only question is, what do we do now?
That scientist Kellogg was supposed to track down. Virgil. We need to find him.
You're right. A rogue Institute scientist could answer all kinds of questions. Where did the memory say he was? The glowing sea? That doesn't make sense. No one goes there. Not even if they were desperate.
Why? What makes the glowing sea so dangerous?
The name says it all. Radiation. So much that nothing there could possibly live. Nothing pleasant. Navigating radioactive hazards is nothing new. But the glowing sea can kill a man in seconds. That's why it doesn't make sense. Virgil fleeing into that hell. The exposure alone.
That's why he's there. To make the Institute think twice about following him.
That must be it. He's using the radiation in the glowing sea like a shield, or a cloak, a way to throw them off and be at an advantage. If Virgil found a way to survive there, you'll have to do the same. If you're going to follow him.
How do I fight that much radiation, Doctor?
There are chemical compounds. Rad-X, Radaway. You'd need as much as you could carry. Maybe more. A sealed environment suit would be great, if you could find one. Or maybe one of those suits of power armor? That would be perfect.
Oh, I'm going in naked. Fingers crossed I get superpowers.
I know you're joking, but as a doctor, I feel obligated to remind you that unprotected radioactive exposure will only kill you. Dead. D-E-A-D. So be sure you find a way to get through there with your life intact. And good luck. By the way, I unplugged Mr. Valentine first. Removed the implant while you were waking up. He's waiting for you upstairs.
Looked like you were having a tough time in that memory pod. Hope you're feeling okay.
I feel fine, Heather. Thank you for asking. Well, I hope you don't mind, Doctor, but I'm gonna steal a bunch of your shit. I think I earned it. For being your guinea pig.
What's that for?
It's for mind your own fucking business, Piper.
Excellent.
Includes a Goodneighbor the Barbarian holotape game. So in my first run, well, my first YouTube run, I should say, I would do special episodes every now and then. It was episodes 11 and 21, where I just did like building and talking about mods. And I was thinking about doing an episode where we just play holotape games. So if you're into that, do let me know. I'll probably do it either way, but I haven't played them in a long time. Think it'd be cool.
Nick.
Hope you got what you were looking for inside my head. That was right. I should have killed you when you were on ice.
You want to try for round 2? Let's go.
What? What are you talking about?
You sounded like Kellogg just then.
Did I? Huh. Mari said there might be some mnemonic impressions left over. Anyway, I feel fine, so let's get going. Or I could head back to Diamond City, since you've got company already.
No, I don't think so, buddy.
There's something wrong with you, Nick. I don't want you with me.
I told you I'm fine. But I get it. Going through Kellogg's brain was a doozy for both of us. I'll be in Diamond City when you've had time to cool off.
Holy fuck. Do you think some part of Kellogg might be alive inside Valentine? Jesus. You can never trust a synth.
So, in my opinion, that little conversation is one of the biggest missed opportunities in this game. So it'd be so cool if Nick, like, got corrupted or something, but we never ever hear about that kind of thing again. And I activated a door too soon again. See how the E open is grayed out? You gotta wait for it to turn white. There we go. That happens if you try to activate the door too quickly after another NPC uses it.
I know you all are doing your own thing, but I don't want anyone here to forget what matters. Hey,
Scrap's
Daisy,
a new thing for me.
glad you can...
I only started
Shut
selling
up,
it a
Heather.
little while ago.
Didn't I
Still
see
have a
one
lot to learn about the trade.
husky the other day?
He wishes.
All right, we're getting off track. What was I saying? Oh, that's right. What matters. We freaks gotta stick together. And the best way to stick together is to keep an eye out for what drives us apart. You feel me? Yeah, you tell it like it is, Hancock. Now,
You know, Piper, the only reason I don't beat your ass is because of her.
Shut up, Heather!
She's like,
what kind of twisted, unneighborly boogeyman would want to hurt our peaceful community?
The Institute and their sins.
That's right. Who said that? Coming up to my office later. You've earned yourself some jet. The Institute. They're the real enemy. Not the Raiders. Not the super mutants. Not even those tools over in Diamond City. I don't know, Hancock. I'd sure love
a lot of the ghouls here are Diamond City rejects.
Heather, I swear to God.
We all know I got my own personal beef with that lordhead. But stay focused. Now, I want everyone to keep the Institute in mind. When someone starts acting funny. When people are doing things they don't normally do. When family starts pushing you away for no reason. We all know who's behind that kind of shit. And the only way to stop it is to stick together. They can't control us if we're not afraid. Now, who's scared of the Institute?
Not us.
And which town in the Commonwealth should the Institute not fuck with?
Goodneighbor!
And who's in charge of Goodneighbor?
Hancock!
Of the people, for the people!
It's like a goddamn cult in here. Except for you, Finn. Okay, so next up, we have to go to the Glowing Sea. We don't really have the stuff to be able to go to the Glowing Sea, but we can make it through with a suit of power armor. And, if you recall, we were offered a suit of power armor for joining the Brotherhood. So, let's go talk to Mr. Paladin Dance. Which is that one there. So we will put that on hold for now. We'll go back to Cambridge. These guys won't aggro unless you get too close, so I'm gonna try to steer clear. Okay, cool. We're good.
Another day, another dead. Look out!
Eh.
We did it again.
Didn't even see that double.
We killed all those.
Hey! They're here!
Play with us and you die, you dumb motherfucker.
Heather, language. There's usually one up here on that little bridge. I don't see him at the moment, though. Whatever. Fine by me. Fortunately, Cambridge is not too far away. Just cross this bridge a little ways. But I don't want to cross this bridge all the way. I didn't mean to fall through there, but it's fine. But there's a ton of raiders and a turret there, so it's actually kind of fortuitous that I fell through there. This place is used for the railroad later. Ticonderoga Safe House.
Watch the ground.
Oh, nice.
Poor raiders. They lost.
One of the rarest spawns in the game, exploding mole rats. I believe when we were at Satellite Station Olivia, I mentioned that that's the only guaranteed spawn for them in the game. But they can spawn in other places, obviously. I don't want to be here. No, 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 thank you. Okay, they didn't see me, so we're good. It's just too many goals for right now. No thanks. Okay, that might have alerted the rest of them, so let's get the hell out of here.
What the hell was that?
Super mutants. Let's try to go around. It's like my whole life is trying to go around places. Or people. Or death. Kinda sounds like they might be fighting mutants, so it's fine with me. They can take care of each other. What are you doing out here all by your lonesome? Ah! What? Okay. She was not by her lonesome. Oh my god, there's so many people. It's alright, it's not much further. That place is full of super mutants. There's a skill book in there, though. I'm sorry, a perk mag, if you will. That's what they're called in the engine. I don't remember which one is in there, though. It's been a while.
So gloomy today.
It is quite gloomy, yes. Good observation. And hey, we made it! In one piece.
Glad to see you alive and well, sir.
Are we in luck, sir?
Mission accomplished. We have the transmitter.
Finally, some good news for a change. Nice work, sir.
I didn't do it alone. Had some help from our new friend. I've offered her a place on our team, but I'm not sure she's willing to accept. In the meantime, she's welcome to take shelter here, as long as she doesn't get in our way.
Dance.
There's still a place for you in the Brotherhood, if you want it.
I'd be honored to join.
Then that settles it. Aelin, Reese, it's time to welcome our newest recruit to the Brotherhood. She shows a lot of promise, and with the proper guidance, I think she has the potential of becoming one of the best.
When do I get to head up to the Prydwen?
Paladin Dance will decide when you're allowed up there. Until then, I'm afraid you're stuck with us.
So you decided to stay, huh? I expected you to take your payment and run.
Are you upset that I'm staying?
Maybe. Got enough trouble stomping muties and ferals. I don't need something else to worry about.
Reese, that's enough. Like it or not, you're going to have to learn to work together. And you need to understand what it means to be a part of the Brotherhood. We're not soldiers of fortune. We're an army, and we've dedicated our lives to uphold a strict code of ethics. If you intend to stay within our ranks, you need to obey our tenets without question.
Understood.
Outstanding. Since I know you're eager to get started, I'll get right to the point. I only ask for two things from anyone under my command: honesty and respect. You fall in line, you stay in line. I give you an order, and you follow it. It's as simple as that. There's one last order of business I wanted to get out of the way. I'm going to recommend you to be awarded the rank of Knight. Now, nothing's official until you speak to Elder Maxson, but I wanted you to be the first to know.
Fair enough.
Outstanding, soldier.
Ad Victoriam, Knight.
She doesn't even know what that means, Halen.
Ad Victoriam means to victory. In our eyes, defeat is unacceptable, because we're fighting for the future of mankind. Our rallying cry is more powerful than any weapon you could ever carry. Remember that. Now, I've received orders that we're both to report to the Prydwen. However, if you want to run a few ops for Scribe Halen or Knight Reese first, they could certainly use your assistance. I'll leave the choice up to you. Let me know when you're ready to mount up.
Can't believe
I have zero interest in doing anything for those two.
We picked up must have been more important than I thought.
Yeah, whatever it was really stirred up a hornet's nest.
Fan-fucking-tastic. We're gonna
Looks
spend
like it's
some
gonna
time
be a
with the Brotherhood.
full-scale war.
Which means we better prep this place in case someone smarter than a pack of ferals decides we're a target.
Amen to that.
Yeah. First, I want to find a bed, take a little nap. Well, there's a couple in here, I just don't remember. Yeah, over here. Yeah. There we go. Just to get my health back up for free. Like I said, I have zero interest in ever doing that.
Excuse me, Paladin Dance.
Are you ready to head up to the ship?
Why did the Brotherhood send it here in the first place?
I'm not sure, but I think it might have something to do with the data on the Commonwealth my team gathered before it arrived. We call our ship the Prydwen. She's loaded with enough troops and supplies to mount a major offensive. If she's here, Elder Maxson's here. And that means we're going to war.
Who's Elder Maxson?
He's a dangerous man, that's what he is.
Maxson is the commander of this division of the Brotherhood of Steel. He's the model of what every Brotherhood soldier hopes to become. If we're going to war, I can promise you that he'll be leading the charge. That being said, you're about to get to know the Prydwen up close and personal. I've received orders that we're both to report to her immediately. Follow me up to the roof of the police station. We're going for a little ride.
Okie dokie. I did it again. I activated the door too soon. Well, while we're here, let's just chat up Heather a little bit.
Hey.
What's going on?
Can we chat?
I'd like that.
What's on your mind?
You know, I can carry more of your stuff if you want. I've been feeling so strong lately.
What's on your mind?
If we see any mutated fern, grab it for me, would you? I've been holed up in the one place in the Commonwealth where it doesn't grow.
Mutated fern. Sounds good. What's on your mind?
I hope we find some alien artifacts. Or maybe we'll get lucky and find a crashed alien spaceship.
Great. You're completely nuts.
Hey, I'm not. They're real. Aliens crashed in the capital wasteland. It could happen here.
That's all.
I'm sure she has a couple more, but that's good enough for now. So there's two things I wanted to talk about here. First, there is this new terminal here for Brotherhood of Steel Network terminal. It's for a mod called Power Armor Airdrop, which I can talk about more in depth later. But it's a way to
yes,
teleport your armor to you anywhere in the Commonwealth, no matter where you are. I'm actually not going to read any of this because it's just talking about the mod itself and how it works. And you can do that on your own. But the second thing is, if you're on our Discord, or maybe you've been playing this and having problems, getting crashes that reference X Audio 27DLL, we've been working really hard on that. We may have some leads that are tied specifically to the classical radio station, and it seems to get worse when you couple it with the Prydwen audio, or I'm sorry, Vertebrate audio. So this part might crash me once or twice, especially since there is a classical radio downstairs. And there's a couple along the way, because the flight path we have to take is going from here all the way over to here. And there's a lot of radios, and there's those in between. Now, I do have those radios disabled for now, as a test, so we'll see if we crash or not. I'm hoping we don't. I don't think we will, but I've been having bad luck with vertebrates lately, so I'm just going to drop a quick save, and we will just see.
Okay.
But if it's gonna crash, the audio will usually get really weird and staticky. It'll sound like a devil crawling out of hell. Well, we haven't crashed. I usually crash by now if it's gonna, so I'm gonna call that a win.
Everything looks so small from up here. Puts things in perspective, you know?
The Commonwealth looks different from up here. It never ceases to amaze me how drastically your perception of the battlefield changes from the air. We're gonna need that edge when we take on the Institute. They've already proven that they're technologically superior, which means there's no telling what types of weapons they'll have in their arsenal. Hopefully, our air superiority and tactical know. Now, and I'm betting that Elder Maxson has a plan already in place. But they've been blinded by rumors and misinformation. They don't realize the Brotherhood of Steel, the Commonwealth's last hope for survival. Woman and child below is in mortal danger. If we fail, it's only a matter of time before the enemy overwhelms the population. Cleansing the Commonwealth is our duty, and I will gladly spill my own blood if it ensures our victory. The Prydwen should be coming into view just ahead. We'll be meeting Lancer Captain Kells on the flight deck.
It's okay, we cannot hurt this thing.
It's been far too long since I've been aboard. All right, soldier. This is the moment when everything changes. I hope you're ready.
Let's get a better view.
Ship looks even better close up.
Whoa! I thought he was gonna walk right off the edge. You have to go that way, sir. Go ahead. Just don't let Piper get in the way. Just punch her in the face.
You
It's
just say
fine.
the word.
Permission to come aboard, sir?
Permission granted, and welcome back, Paladin. Allow me to be the first to congratulate you on a successful mission. And is this our new recruit?
Yes, sir. I field promoted her to initiate, and I'd like to sponsor her entry into our rankings personally.
Yes, we've read your reports. You'll be pleased to know that Elder Maxson's approved your request and placed the recruit in your charge.
Thank you, sir. And my current orders?
You are to remain on the Prydwen and await further instructions.
Very good, sir.
Nothing stays hidden forever.
Ad Victoriam, Captain.
Ad
Not if I
Victoriam,
have my say.
Paladin.
Piper, you don't have to be the center of attention all the time.
So, you're the one Paladin Dance has taken under his wing. You don't look much like a soldier to me.
Then what's a soldier supposed to look like?
A soldier is supposed to be an efficient killing machine. Not a relic from the past, playing catch-up with the rest of the world. If Dance hadn't stepped in and vouched for you, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Accepting outsiders like yourself has proven disastrous in the past. I've read Paladin Dance's reports. He seems to think you'll make a fine addition to the Brotherhood. You might expect an endorsement like that to grant you a great deal of latitude with us. But let me make one thing clear. The Brotherhood of Steel has traveled to the Commonwealth with a specific goal in mind. As the captain of this vessel, I won't allow anyone to jeopardize our mission, no matter how valuable they think they are. Understood?
What exactly is your mission here?
I'm not at liberty to say. Elder Maxson will be addressing the crew shortly, and I'm certain all of your questions will be answered. Now, was there anything else, or was everything I said understood?
Not even a hint? Come on, I deserve it.
Look, all I can tell you is that we're here directly in response to the data that Dance's recon team provided us. Beyond that, you'll just have to wait until Elder Maxson addresses the crew. Now dispense with the questions. It's time to get to work. Understood? That's all for now, soldier. Your orders are to proceed to the command deck for the address. After which, Elder Maxson wishes to have a word with you. If you have any questions, ask me now. Otherwise, you're dismissed.
Can you tell me anything about Elder Maxson?
Elder Maxson is the supreme commander of the Brotherhood. Without his tenacity and his vision, we'd still be a small group of complacent stragglers, occupying the Citadel in the capital wasteland. In a mere decade, he's grown the Brotherhood of Steel into a major military force. He's an inspiration to us all. Is there anything else?
Yeah, where can I get power armor?
Only knights are allowed to wear Brotherhood power armor. And you're no knight. Not yet. Until Elder Maxson grants you that title, you'll have to make do with what you've got. Anything else?
I don't have any questions.
Then I suggest you head over to the command deck immediately. Dismissed, Initiate.
Oh, yes, sir.
This place sure took a beating.
It'll be me someday.
Fucking tastic. This ship is amazing.
I'm glad you're happy, Heather.
Brothers and sisters, the road behind has been long and fraught with difficulty. Each and every one of you has surpassed my expectations by rapidly facilitating our arrival in the Commonwealth. You have accomplished this amazing feat without a hint of purpose or direction. And most impressively, without question. Now that the ship is in position, it is time to reveal our purpose and our mission. Beneath the Commonwealth, there is a cancer, known as the Institute. A malignant growth that needs to be cut before it infects the surface. They are experimenting with dangerous technologies that could prove to be the world's undoing for the second time in recent history. The Institute's scientists have created a weapon that transcends the destructive nature of the atom bomb. They call their creation the Synth. A robotic abomination of technology that is free-thinking and masquerades as a human being. This notion that a machine could be granted free will is not only offensive, but horribly dangerous. And like the atom, if it isn't harnessed properly, it has the potential of rendering us extinct as a species. I am not prepared to allow the Institute to continue this line of experimentation. Therefore, the Institute and their synths are considered enemies of the Brotherhood of Steel, and should be dealt with swiftly and mercilessly. This campaign will be costly, and many lives will be lost. But in the end, we will be saving humankind from its worst enemy. Itself. Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
Ad Victoriam!
You're all puppets. Puppets in the war machine.
Elder.
I care about them, you know. The people of the Commonwealth.
Care about them? I thought we were preparing for war.
The Brotherhood is here to prevent a war by starting one of our own. The difference is, our war won't reduce civilization to ashes.
What do you want from me?
I want you to start taking responsibility for this planet. To start making a difference. And from what I've read in Paladin Dance's reports, you've already begun that journey. Seeing as he's one of my most respected field officers, you couldn't get a better recommendation. Therefore, from this moment forward, I'm granting you the rank of Knight. And, befitting your title, we're granting you a suit of power armor to protect you on the field of battle. Wear it with pride.
Only a knight? Why not a paladin, like Dance?
The Brotherhood maintains a strict hierarchy, organized by rank. Paladin is several ranks above Knight. and it took Dance many years to achieve that goal. With your continued loyalty to the Brotherhood, I'm certain you can attain the same. In any event, once you're finished becoming familiar with the Prydwen and my staff, report to the flight deck for your new orders. Welcome aboard the Prydwen, soldier. Make us proud.
Yes, sir.
Green across the board, sir.
Congratulations on the promotion.
Carry on.
Well, thank you.
So how did it look out there?
We've got a lot
Paladin.
of work ahead of us.
There you are. How did it go with Elder Maxson?
Maxson seems so young compared to everyone else. You're okay with that?
Don't let his age fool you. Maxson's a brilliant tactician, a formidable warrior, and possesses an idealistic vision for the future of the Brotherhood. I'd follow him anywhere, without question.
Why are you so confident in his abilities?
A decade ago, the Brotherhood had almost gone completely astray. The Elder before Maxson sent us down a path that was leading nowhere. He was more concerned about charity than the preservation of technology. But when Maxson took over, he single-handedly reprioritized the Brotherhood from the ground up and put us back on the path to glory. This ship and its crew are a testament to his leadership.
He's a very dedicated man. It sounds like he stands behind everything he's saying.
Of course he does. How could he afford not to? I just hope you appreciate how much of a chance I'm taking, bringing you into the fold this quickly. Not to put too fine a point on it, but if you screw up, we go down together.
So, what's all this about you being my sponsor?
Elder Maxson is understandably particular when it comes to new recruits. He believes in order to keep the Brotherhood strong, we have to bond as brothers. As your sponsor, it's my duty to travel with you throughout the Commonwealth to ensure that our ideals are being observed. That's why I'm so concerned about your performance in the field.
Don't worry, I'll be careful.
Good, because we've got a lot of work ahead of us, and I don't want anything slowing us down. Now, I know you're eager to hop into a suit of power armor and take the fight to the Institute. But first things first. In order to be an effective part of the team, you need to learn your way around this ship and get to know its crew. Since I've been officially assigned to you as your sponsor, I'd recommend taking me along with you.
Sure.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Outstanding.
Piper, you can go hang out with the rest. Underground. Alright, so before we get our power armor... A lot of bald people here. Well, I guess it is the military. Before we get our power armor, we have to go meet up with these guys here on the Prydwen. Oh, there you are.
Captain.
Glad you finally stopped by, soldier. Are you ready for your medical exam?
What kind of medical exam? I feel fine.
There's nothing to be alarmed about. I just have a few simple questions about your medical history. It's my responsibility to make sure that you don't bring anything up here that could pose a threat to the crew. I'm going to ask you a series of medical-related questions, and I'd like you to answer me to the best of your ability. First question. As a child, were you ever exposed to radiation for an extended period of time?
Wouldn't Vault-Tech's screening process have caught this already?
Vault-Tech's screening process? Let me check my notes here. You were a Vault Dweller? You're probably healthier than anyone else aboard. Anyway, sorry I missed that in your records. Just going down the list of questions. I'm sure you understand. Okay, second question. Have you ever had, or come in contact with a person confirmed to be carrying a communicable disease?
Never been seriously sick in my life.
Good, good. Third question. And please, answer honestly. Have you ever had sexual relations with any species considered non-human?
That happens often enough for you to have a question about it?
You'd be surprised how many Wastelanders answer yes to that question. Fortunately, the Brotherhood finds that type of behavior absolutely distasteful. Since you haven't spent too much time in the Wasteland, I'll assume your answer is no. Last question. Would you have any problems pulling the trigger on an enemy of the Brotherhood, whether they're human, formerly human, or machine?
That's more of a morals question, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I feel that the mental state of the crew is just as important as the physical. Anyone that hesitates firing in combat due to misguided moral standards certainly isn't Brotherhood material. So what about you? Would you have a problem with it?
Nope. No problem whatsoever.
Excellent. You'll fit in quite well around here. Excellent. I think I've got all the information I need. I see no reason to prevent you from beginning your duties immediately. If you ever need medical assistance, you let me know.
Thanks. I need your copper more than I need your medical assistance. Oh, we have a holotape. Let's give it a listen.
Medical report, Night Captain Cade reporting. How can I help you? I've been working closely with Scribe Naraya, examining some of the synth bodies that our recon teams have recovered. Even though we have yet to recover the synths that appear completely human, these lesser models are still astoundingly advanced. What's becoming apparent is that the Institute is the most technologically gifted enemy we've ever encountered, and therefore exceedingly dangerous. I've turned over all of my data to Lancer Captain Kells, along with my recommendations for developing effective countermeasures for these synths. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how much it will help, given the fact that the real enemy are the synths that could be hiding among us.
Dr. Ingram said she needed this suit tested yesterday.
Yeah, I get it. Just... what if I miss?
Don't.
Okay, sure. Firing. Everything holding together?
Trust me, you'd know.
Good. Firing!
All right. Everything looks nominal. And you didn't scuttle the ship. Thanks, Initiate.
Sure. Anytime.
Ooh, she has a plasma caster. Hey, another M14.
If
Let's
Elder
open
Maxson
our
ordered me to follow
personal
him to the gates of
Slaughter
hell,
Princess's
I'd be the first one
storage.
to kick them open.
You know, this is my storage, that means this is my bed. Who the fuck are you?
Personal log entry 142. I can sum up living on the Prydwen in 4 words. I miss field assignments. Don't get me wrong, the research we're doing is exciting stuff. But life on this ship is a nightmare. I'm trapped in this metal tube 18 hours a day. I still can't decide who smells worse, the soldiers or the mole rats. And what passes for conversation among the grunts makes mutants seem scholarly. I'm gonna speak to Proctor Quinlan. Field scribes cannot have it this bad.
Your concerns are noted, Scribe. Give Proctor Ingram my thanks for letting me borrow you.
Naraya.
Feel free to have a look at the specimens, but please don't touch anything. I refuse to be held responsible if you're injured.
Quite a collection you've got here.
Well, thank you. Most people don't appreciate the important work that I'm trying to do here. I'm on the cusp of discovering how these creatures' bodies have adapted to the radiation that's infiltrated their habitats. If I can crack the code, I can equip our troops with a protective compound far superior to Rad-X.
That's amazing.
Well, it's only a theory so far. You see, the ionizing radiation left behind by the Great War kills because it damages most living things on a cellular level. However, after several generations, these creatures' bodies have adapted by altering their genetic makeup to prevent cellular disruption. I believe I've discovered how I can replicate that genetic restructuring rapidly. Instead of decades, I can do it in moments. For a short period of time, anyway.
I'm sold. If you're looking for someone to help, you can sign me up.
I appreciate the offer, but unfortunately, I've hit a stumbling block. The specimens I've already captured can only produce so much blood and genetic material. If I try and harvest too much, they'll die. What I need are more samples of blood from the creatures roaming the Commonwealth.
Will I get some of that new compound you're developing?
If I make a breakthrough, you'll be the first person I give it to. After I've tested it on myself, of course. I've modified your Pip-Boy to scan the corpse of any freshly killed creature that has the proper type of blood in its body. All you have to do is pick up any viable sample and bring it back to me. Hey, I really appreciate you doing this for me. It's nice to know I'm not the only person in the Brotherhood with an open mind.
Test it on yourself. That's how every Spider-Man villain becomes a Spider-Man villain. Always testing the science on themselves. Anyway, back to the important things, like meeting people. Hello.
Proctor Tegan.
Step forward, Knight. Even though they've locked me in this blasted cage, I promise that I won't bite.
Looks uncomfortable in there.
It's not that bad. Now this is the stowage depot, and I, as you probably already guessed, am the ship's quartermaster, Proctor Tegan. The powers that be have me locked in here, so I can keep an eye on the Brotherhood's valuables. If you need to stock up on supplies before you head out on a mission, this is the place to buy them.
Wait, buy them? Since when does the military sell equipment to its own soldiers?
Since someone dropped a whole bunch of bombs and blew up every single factory that manufactured weapons and ammunition. Keeping the Brotherhood supplied takes caps, and everyone contributes to the cause. The good news is by having a constant flow of caps, I'm able to buy whatever you bring me. Yeah, I'm mostly interested in weapons, but I'll take anything useful. Of course, if you're just looking to make a few caps on the side, I might have some extra work for you to do.
What sort of extra work are we talking about?
Oh, no. It's nothing like you're thinking. It just involves a little bit of heavy lifting and interacting with the local farms. And since I'm stuck up here manning this one-man zoo, I need someone to do the legwork for me. After you're done with the meet and greet, we can discuss the details. In the meantime, if you ever need anything else, gun, a mod, even ammo, you just let me know.
I'd gladly lay down my life if it keeps humanity from repeating the apocalypse.
You might just have to. I'm going to talk to this person last.
Nothing.
Let's go meet Quinlan first. Hello.
Proctor? Ah, good. You're finally here. Just set the books down anywhere. I'll get to them as soon as I can.
What? Not even a thank you?
I hardly need to... Oh my. It appears I've mistaken you for someone else. Since it's obvious that you aren't who I was expecting, would you mind telling me why you're here?
Maxson wanted me to meet the crew. You were next on my list.
Ah, yes. You must be the new recruit described in Paladin Dance's report. Under normal circumstances, I'd provide you with a proper orientation of my department. However, I'm woefully behind setting up research patrols and getting bombarded with requests for technical documentation. Unfortunately, I'm lacking the personnel needed to get the job done.
Maybe I could lend a hand.
That would be splendid. As you patrol the Commonwealth, keep your eyes open for blueprints, memos, manuals, books, charts. Anything containing useful technical data. I'm authorized to pay you for each bundle of documents that you recover. And if you wish to be assigned to a research patrol, I have plenty of them waiting to be filled. In any event, it was a pleasure to meet you, Knight.
So talking to him and Scribe Naraya is really important to me, because talking to him unlocks the ability to get, there's probably some in here, honestly. Technical documents? It's usually a good chance that they're in these cabinets and stuff. Not so lucky today, I guess. And talking to Naraya upstairs unlocks the ability to get the blood samples from various Commonwealth creatures. Man, you fit right in, Heather.
Yes?
Why is my marker still on him?
Proctor Quinlan. Please, finish your introductions by all means.
Okay.
But I do hope you'll consider assisting me when you're done.
There's a bar. There's tables. What's up, you legless wonder?
Ingram? So, you're the new recruit I heard about. Huh, not what I was expecting.
Looks like she could be my long-lost sister.
What were you expecting?
The last batch of recruits we took on were wastelanders. Dirty, beaten up, looking for a handout. They were desperate and looking for an easy out. You look like you're here for a reason. Anyway, since you came down here to meet me, we may as well get it over with. My name's Ingram, and this lovely little grease pit is where you'll usually find me. If your power armor's too tight in the crotch, the Prydwen's about to crash into the ground, or a robot's gone haywire, you come see me.
While you're at it, my car's making this weird grinding noise when I back it out of the driveway.
You're gonna have to take a number. There isn't a day that goes by on this tub without 5 or 6 things breaking down. And since I'm stuck in this rig, I'm not quite as spry as I used to be. The work tends to pile up.
Actually, you seem to be getting around really well.
I suppose it's better than the alternative. Anyway, I'm sure you're here to get your hands on some power armor. There's a pretty decent T-60 suit sitting in Bay 3 that's all yours. The left leg actuator's a bit sticky, but it'll keep the creeps off of you. Oh, and if you need any work done on it, feel free to use the workshops around here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to work.
Okay, bye.
Let's talk to Private Hagen.
Bay 3, eh?
I bet he has some excellent odds for power
Aw, yeah. Aw, yeah. Alright, let's head back and talk to Quinlan and see what that quest marker was all about.
Excuse me, Proctor Quinlan.
Ah, Knight. You have technical documents, perhaps? Or looking to assist on a research patrol?
Oh, that's what he wanted me for.
Neither. Not right now.
That's unfortunate.
Alright, those research patrols are just Radiant quests, and I'm honestly never gonna do them. But we should meet with Maxson after we listen to Jake's private frequency, but I think I'll do that tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean whenever I upload the next episode, because now that I have my power armor, I think this is a good place to make the cut. We're already running pretty long. So as always, stop pushing me. I will murder you and everyone you've ever met. As always, thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. I really like reading all your comments and stuff like that. But the time is coming where we have to start thinking about what faction we want to side with. I did the Institute last time, so I kind of don't want to do Institute again. I was kind of leaning towards Brotherhood. But if you feel any certain type of way, please do let me know. We also do have a mod called Subversion. If you've never heard of it, it allows us to do different alliances or different factions. Mostly Institute stuff, but it does have some Brotherhood stuff too. So if you're interested in seeing any of that, do let me know. We can always make like alternate reality episodes, you know, split off and see what other things do. But anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you very much, and I will see you all next time.